Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Love and Monsters. You can find this right now on Amazon Prime. Uh,
There might be some spoilers.
we might let some small spoilers through. Hopefully, nothing big. Basically, what this movie is about is a guy who, there is a asteroid coming towards Earth, and so everybody launched some nuclear weapons and blew up the asteroid. Unfortunately, chemicals came crashing down onto the surface, and it mutated some insects and bugs and amphibians, and created giant monsters. And they started killing people. And so, at this point in time, humans have been regulated into like little bunkers, and our main characters are trapped in a bunker where everybody has a
It's not
mate.
really trapped in it.
Well, yeah, but anyways, our
It's
main
just a
character,
dive.
our main, our main character is in a bunker where everybody has a mate, and he is single, and he's feeling left out, I guess. And however, he does have a girlfriend that is in another bunker that's 80 miles away, and so he eventually decides to make the journey to the girlfriend.
He has some PTSD, so when he sees one of the mutants, he'll freeze up and like get really will freeze up. That's pretty much it. Just freeze up.
Yeah, so he's like, even though he's just regulated to be a cook, basically, and a guy who fixes stuff, he is brave until he sees a monster. And then, like he says, he has PTSD and he freezes and he can't move. And so that's why he's not allowed to go on hunts for food and such.
And you'll have to watch the movie to figure out what caused it.
Right. We're going to give away that spoiler. So anyways, he feels like his girlfriend's in trouble, so he makes his journey. This is the best part of this movie is probably when he runs into Michael Rooker and his character and a little girl who's called Minnow. I don't know who the actress's name. That's probably like the highlight of the movie, those interactions together and how they help him, train him, and teach him about the monsters.
Help him overcome his little PTSD thing.
Yeah.
Or at least the freezing problem.
Yeah, his freezing problem, right. So it is something that's something that he grows from. He's able to help him overcome his PTSD.
He meets a dog,
right?
A boy. Before that, the first character he meets is the dog. Besides the people in his bunker, but
yeah.
So he meets the dog. The dog's name is Boy,
which is probably the best dog in the world.
Yeah, he deserves one of those little mugs.
He's like highly intelligent.
Yeah, he's a very smart dog, and he's also like he has a pretty decent character arc too.
Yeah,
the dog is just like the dog's character arc is really good, and I don't know. Like, I've never seen a movie that's given like a dog a character arc when it's not based around when it's not like a cartoon kind of thing, or like Lady and the Tramp or something like that,
or Homeward Bound.
Yeah, things like that. There's not really the dogs usually don't get much of a character arc.
Yeah,
but in this one, it's like the dog has like full on human character arc.
Yeah, and because he's attached to this red dress, and we just imagine it's his previous owner.
Imagine it states it pretty much.
Yeah. I guess though we never find out really what happens to the red dress.
Yeah, the dress. By the end of the movie, the dress is practically trivial.
Yeah, because this dog does everything for this red dress.
Yeah, and then by the end of it, he gives it up to help his friend. So that's a really interesting character.
Gave up a major spoiler.
Yeah.
Anyways, one thing about this movie though, it is predictable. Within the first half hour, 20 minutes, you'll kind of realize, you'll already know.
It's very classic trope.
Yeah, what's going to happen. I mean, they give you hints about the girlfriend and her feelings towards the character.
And like you can also predict like what's how certain things are going to play out, what events are going on, things like that. There's a lot of like the foreshadowing is not subtle in this at all.
It hits you right in the head.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to miss.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do miss it, then it's probably just because you haven't seen like the movies that use the tropes, but the tropes that it uses are you can find it in a lot of movies. Like,
Right.
It's not a very uncommon thing.
It's a very cliche movie. However, I feel like it is
also-
entertaining.
It's both cliche and original at the same time.
Yeah, and I feel like you'll know how this is going to end from the beginning. It's still
Not from
fun
the-
to watch.
Not from the beginning. You'll know how it ends by about maybe like the if the ending had a chapter, you'd be able to figure it out by like the first
Yeah, I would say
few minutes of the chapter. You'd be able to figure out what's going on.
first
how to-
15
how to end.
first 15 to 20 minutes
And,
of the movie, you'll figure out. As soon as she talks to the girlfriend, you'll basically have this thing figured out. Also, we do get to meet some characters outside of the bunker and how lives are. Like we get to meet Michael Rooker and Middle's character, which you see. So you see humans that are willing to help. You eventually run into pirate-like characters who are just leeching off other humans for their own survival and own good. You get to see different kind of monsters, like the bad monsters who are going to eat you, and the monsters that are willing to
more the
help.
monsters that are just that would prefer not to be bothered.
Right. If you don't bother them, they're not going to bother you. Type of stuff.
And if you help them, they'll help you back.
Right.
Kind of like how a dog, if you save the dog, they'd be fine with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. And also like, I'm not gonna say that.
I'm not going to say that. You know, the last time we got copyrighted is because you said something about a movie. That's part of why we got copyrighted the last time.
What I said.
You said we can't say this
yeah.
movie because we'll get
No,
copyrighted.
I can't sing the theme song of it.
Of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, because that's a big copyrighted thing.
Yeah.
For a lot of people have been copyrighted because of it.
Okay. The CGI is pretty good on this one.
Not Godzilla tier, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not like the best. It's kind of like your upper B movie type CGI. It's pretty good. Or lower.
You can tell it's CGI, but at the same time, it's like one of those movies where you know that it's obviously CGI. Like it's not smooth enough to be considered not CGI, but it's also like not good. Hold on.
Right.
Basically, you can tell it's CGI, but it's really easy to look over it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you first see the monsters, you're like, oh, you can tell it's kind of fake. But you get used to it as the movie goes on.
Yeah, and it starts to become more realistic looking.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because of just like how our psychology works and we just like entertained by it, or if for some reason they did bad CGI at the beginning and by the end it was really good.
Right.
Like,
yep. Another interesting thing is that he gets caught with all these young couples and stuff. Well, his girlfriend gets caught up with all senior citizen.
Yeah, all the couples are practically gonna die like maybe next few years.
Yeah, senior citizen. Like her people's going to die not because of monsters, but because of
they're
old
just
age.
old, yeah. Like maybe in like the next few years, she would literally just been the only person alive.
Right. Yep. I do wish that one thing though, the character, when you write a story, a character has a goal, and they have to get the goal. That's a good story writing, and I don't really feel like he reaches his goal.
His goal was to save his girlfriend.
Right.
So
Or to get with her.
He did do that.
Yeah, he did save her, but
No, the stated goal was to go save her. The implied goal was to get back with her.
yeah. So if they get back together or not, that's open for interpretation.
Yeah, that one was kind of confusing. I'm assuming they did at some point because of how the ending was left off. But other than that, it's kind of like, okay.
Yep, and the ending is open for if they wanted to, they can make a sequel or not. I would probably watch a sequel, especially if the Michael Rooker character and Middle character was more into it. I probably would watch it. So, for all those who got anything else to add to this show?
No.
So, for those of you who are new, which is probably everybody because we don't get any new viewers, and if you're here at 9.5 minutes, we congratulate you because nobody stays around this long.
At least not from what our count tells us.
You're right.
Average is about 10 seconds. So
30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds.
So congratulate you. We congratulate you for sticking around with
Leave
us.
a comment if you made it this far.
Right. And we're also interested in comments like what did you like or not like about this movie if you've already seen it.
And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Come back and comment. We'd like to see your thoughts on it.
Right. Make sure you hit a thumbs up for us and subscribe. So anyways, what we're trying to say is we usually leave these videos with our reviews with 3. We've got a standard of...
That was the worst topic change I have ever heard.
Hey, I'm not a professional. So we grade these. We grade these movies from we recommend with caution, and stay away from. So what do you think?
I'd say recommend. The only thing that someone might not like about it is just like the romance thing, but it does a pretty good job of kind of just like romance is really only introduced about the beginning of the movie. It's pretty heavy, and then as soon as like he leaves the bunker, it's pretty much all action until he gets to his girlfriend, and then even then it's still not even that. Like romance isn't exactly introduced very heavily in that one.
Right.
Like the only time romance is actually heavily introduced is probably the beginning.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a show kind of like Warm Bodies, you know, you don't have where it has a lot of romance in it.
Not for you.
Yeah. This is not going to be what we're going to be looking for. Even though love is in the title, love drives him to save his girlfriend,
love
that's about it.
Yeah, love's literally just a catalyst. That's about it. The title could literally be called Monsters and it would still make sense. So.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm going to recommend this with caution. Like I said, the high part is when he meets the 2 characters, and that's very good. It kind of suffers after that a little bit, and then picks up there at the end. But if you are a person who likes Tremors, Eight-Legged Freaks, movies such as those, you'll like this movie a lot. If not, you'll probably not like this movie at all. So I recommend it with caution. And again, we hope you like this video. And until next time.
Oh yeah, you said recommend with caution.
Yep. I said recommend with caution.
My brain went like...
Daydreaming. All right. See you guys later.
No,
I kind of love you, but not that much. Bye.